Hi, I'm Suzie Liles, and I am going to teach you in this class warping back to front. That means putting the warp on the back first, and then winding the warp on, threading the heddle, threading the reed, and getting ready to weave. So I think that in doing that, you will be able to do it a little bit better on your own. I will be giving you tips along the way. I love questions, so you can ask questions as we are going. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, I have already made a warp. We are actually warping for a scarf that looks like this. And this is a huck lace scarf. This was done in a linen and cotton. This one was done in organic cotton. And then this one we're using dragon tails cotton. Okay, so here's my warp. I made a 3-yard warp here. I have already tied my crosses. It's important to tie your crosses. So I tied 4 places, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I know where my cross is. Now, when I feel really comfortable about doing a cross, I will actually just put 1 right in here, if you're comfortable doing that. If you're a beginner, it's best to know that you have done 4. The next important thing on a warp is your choke tie. Now, this tie is really, really tight. It is so tight that one thread cannot be pulled from one side to the other, and that is very, very important. I will go over that as I'm doing this for one of the reasons I will explain it to you. So since I am doing back to front, I can pull this off here. I can cut this end with my nice sharp scissors. And if you have a really long warp, then it's good to do a chain. Now, a chain is all it is if you're crocheting. So we're going to go around like this. And then we have a cross here. And then we're going to go and we're going to chain. So I'm going to pull it through. And now I have a circle again. I'm going to pull it through. A circle again. Pull it through. Pull it through. Pull it through. And I just go to about here. And then I can actually take this off of my warping board. Now this warp had an odd number of threads, so I had to end at this end here. So I just tied a big loop here. So there's my loop. Okay, so we're going to go to the to the loom. I'm going to set this over the top here. I am also going to take my reed out and the top part of my reed out. I put it on the front going towards the back. I will take my Lease sticks and put them so that I can keep my cross. So here they are, keeping my cross, just like this. Now, if anybody knows me, I like to use these nice little shower curtain hooks. Now, you have to get the old-fashioned ones, but they work really well. So we're going to go put this in here, put this in here, and then I have used Texsolve. I love Texsolve. I use it for everything. And so I'm going to poke this down in here. I gotta let go. Okay, so then I can clip it. And my Lease sticks are just hanging there. Now this one I did already. So all I have to do is put it here. It was already there. Most of the time I keep them just hanging there. So now if I walk away from my loom, it is all okay. And so I can actually untie these here. And I'm going to put them on my back bar. Now, if you have a wide warp, what I do is I take those off. Now, remember, I have that extra one, which is on this side. So I need to put that one here. And then I'm going to put this and wrap it around. Put this one back on. And then I'm just going to put the other side on. I'm not going to put the two in the middle on right now. So now I can take this like this. The next thing that we're going to do, even though I might not do it for a scarf, on a back to front, you actually want to use a raddle. And so a raddle is pretty much a piece of wood. Pretty much a piece of wood. And I like to put my raddle, on the front. I like to put it right on the beater bar. So then I can actually put it right here. Now I'm going to tighten it up so it stays nice and tight. And if you want to do this on a budget, all this is nails at 1 inch. And if you have a, if you want to get them nice and tight on there, you can just use rubber bands and go around the boards. Okay. Okay, so here is my raddle here. And I also know that I am at 10 ends per inch. That means I have to have 10 in each slot. So when I see my lease sticks here, I need to count 10 threads. If I count like this, I can go 1 because it's bringing another one over. So that's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That means I have 10. And I put them in the slot here. So I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to pull them over. And another 10. And another 10. If I was doing a scarf, I probably wouldn't do the raddle, but anything that I do that's over 10 inches, I will do the raddle. Okay, so now I have them in a nice, secure place. And I can put my top on. And if you're using just nails, all you need to do is put rubber bands over top of this, and that's all you need. But Chet has this really nice one, so we're gonna use the nice one. Okay. I secure one end down. Okay. Okay, so now we are ready to wind on. What I want to show you is I'm just getting these don't have to be totally perfect. But if for some reason when you're doing your counting and you get things all goofed up, like maybe make a really big mess because you're pulling on the wrong one and you're counting and you've made, oh my gosh, you made a really big mess. But I did this wonderful choke tie. Yes, that choke tie. If I just go like this, look at that, voila. It's all better now. Okay, so I'm going to start winding this warp. But before I wind, I need to actually put these back on here. So I can go and just pretty much see where they should be. I can take this off, put that one on, put this back on, put that on. And then they're in their right places. And I'll do the same for this one. This one's probably about right here. So I'm going to pull this off, pull this off. Remember to get that odd man out string. Okay, now I'm going to line this up again so it looks a little better. Please come over. Okay, now I'm ready to wind on.